actions, faith, duty. Family is the catalyst to those words, a melting pot of daily life. Routine to most, but cherished by few, touched by that person is described above. They went about their daily lives in a quiet way. Those individuals of that generation. That generation, yes, I'm speaking about the greatest generation, as coined by Mr. Brokaw. Growing up with my parents, who had their little guy in the very late 30s, and very early 40s, sometimes left me a sense of embarrassment growing up. In my early years, it was close the icebox, shut out the lights, Mick Who, John Lennon must be a Marxist, just to name a few. My friends' parents were usually a generation younger, and of course, really hip, man. My friends' parents talked about rock and roll, Mercury's. Mine talked about running the liquor and booze and chased by the coppers. Grandpa Supinski had a 250-gallon tank in the walls of his grocery store. The ice cream coming down the street. Model A's, Packards, and how my grandpa Vineski was born in 1869. Ran the Teamsters all day. And I mean the real Teamsters, a team of horses on the farm. But you know, I was listening to living color history books by your greatest generation. Walking, talking, 8-track, just for me. But what did I know? I wanted to go to Elton John, I wanted to go to Blossom, college life. But he did give in, getting me great concert tickets, a benefit for having a father who worked for the newspaper. Studying in school, history in school, I realized the world experienced some major turning points just 40 years previous to my education. My parents must have been in the thick of this. Whatever. I would have never known that. They just went about their business with an occasional story. Then something was starting to add up. The job dedication, saving constantly, frugality, well, mostly won't. The church, family, education, read. Remember the Newsweeks? Solzhenitsyn became his missionary. He had tons of books, some from the 1860s, and his favorite poems from Robert Frost and Thoreau's Walled Pond, all around the house for you to peruse, and only spoke to Victoria about Frost and Thoreau. As a matter of fact, he never boasted much about any accomplishments, just life experiences about characters and situations in Dallas, California, Mississippi, Atlantic City, traveling to the country, throughout the country in the 40s and 50s, Pat, Karen, growing up during the Depression in Cleveland. Let me tell you what I finally learned. This generation was shaped by incidents so severe, following generations will hopefully never endure. The Great Depression, brother, can you spare a dime? World War II, 60 million souls were lost. Extreme sacrifice, and more challenges in the 1950s with communism knocking on the door. Watching young Americans again sacrificed in the 1960s for unexplainable reasons. This was not a time for this group to sit idle, but create a wartime to peacetime economy, not just an economy, but the most powerful economy in the world. Research, education, highway infrastructure, the suburbs, free libraries, civil rights, public services, Medicare, space exploration. They saw the worst of the world and were determined to make our country the best in the world. That bare-knuckle determination, that learned quiet toughness, frugality combined with faith, duty, and family made for a very bright future. We are losing them now at an ever-increasing rate, soon to vanish, this generation. leaving a hole in her family. Dad liked and shared all types of food, travel, gardening, flowers, growing trees, birds, Victoria's artwork, his children, his grandchildren, and great-grandchildren in a quiet way. He was part of the greatest generation, so we can take forth this lesson. It's not about you. It's not about you, but what you have to give the world as a community. A very bright future for the following generations. I don't have to tell you this. You've lived it every day. You've lived it every single day. A free country that still provides opportunities for those with these passed down lessons.